Imagine an iPhone app earning, what, $800,000 a month? Now, picture building a working replica, its core features, in just a few hours. No coding. Seriously.
Yeah, it's like having a full development team right there in your pocket, basically just listening to your ideas. It's kind of wild.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating tutorial. It shows how AI is just completely transforming app development. We're looking at AI app design, how to recreate a successful app with AI, and it uses a real-world example, an app called VibeMood.
Right, so we'll trace the steps they followed, from really getting your head around this new landscape to picking the right AI tool. Then we'll see how they actually built the app's features, look at the pretty staggering economics involved, and talk about the real challenges, the stuff people often forget about launching a successful app today.
It really feels like a game changer. Let's unpack this. So the app development landscape, the way we used to think about it, it feels like it's been completely, maybe irrevocably transformed. That old idea, needing years of coding, an expensive team, tons of capital, just to build something functional.
Yeah, that's becoming a myth, really.
But the barrier to entry has just fundamentally shifted. Like, it's gone from climbing this huge mountain to maybe stepping over a molehill.
It's absolutely true. You can build these incredibly complex apps with multiple features without writing a single line of actual code. Think about that.
Yeah.
Getting a functional prototype, something working, on your own phone in minutes. Yep. We're talking sophisticated features here. Data visualization, user authentication, stuff that used to be really hard. Now you can create it with just simple, plain English text prompts. The speed you can test and iterate at, it's unlike anything before. I'll admit, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes, where the AI kind of starts going off track if you talk to it for too long. But seeing this speed, it's just mind-blowing.
Okay, so for someone maybe just starting out, they have a great idea, but zero coding background. What does this really mean for them? How has AI specifically leveled the playing field here?
Well, I think the biggest thing is it just removes complex coding as the main barrier. You don't need those years of training or big, expensive teams anymore. It opens app development to pretty much anyone who can clearly explain their idea.
And the tutorial highlights this specific tool, this sort of secret weapon making it possible. It's called Rork.
Yeah, Rork. It's an AI-powered app development platform. Basically, you give it natural language descriptions. Just tell it what you want your app to do. And it translates that into a fully functional, professional-looking mobile app. It literally builds what you describe. And the advantages are pretty compelling. First, like we said, zero coding. You just describe stuff in plain English. Second, instant mobile testing. It pops out a QR code. You scan it with this free app called Expo Go, just a simple viewer app on your phone, and bam, live working version of your app right there on your device instantly.
Okay, that's huge.
Then third, automatic backend integration. It connects to powerful services like Supabase. Supabase is essentially a cloud database service. It handles all your user accounts, data storage, all that backend stuff automatically. And get this, the AI even has self-healing capabilities.
Oh.
It can sometimes spot and fix its own mistakes.
So thinking about efficiency gains compared to the old way, what's the biggest one Rork offers?
I'd say it's that instant real device testing with just a simple QR code, no waiting for builds, just immediate feedback.
Okay, so here's where, for me, it got really interesting. Before they even started building with AI, the tutorial did something smart. They analyzed VibeMood, that's the wellness app supposedly making $800,000 a month, which is just staggering. So what did they figure out? What made it tick?
They broke its success down into 7 core components. First, mood tracking, but really simple, frictionless, with good visual feedback. Easy to do.
Right.
Second, educational content, bite-sized, psychology-based micro lessons. Easy to digest, not overwhelming.
Yeah.
Third, wellness assessments, quick, kind of engaging quizzes for self-evaluation. Fourth, reframing tools, practical cognitive techniques for managing mental health, like guided journaling prompts. Fifth, ambient audio, a library of background sounds, focus, relax, sleep. People love that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Sixth, goal setting, a structured system so users can make personalized action plans. And finally, number 7, progress tracking, seeing your trends, seeing improvement over time. That's crucial for keeping people coming back, for retention. And this whole framework, that became the exact blueprint for the app they built using AI.
Gotcha. So it sounds like VibeMood's stickiness came down to its simplicity, personalization, and that clear sense of progress tracking that kept users engaged. Okay, so that's the blueprint they used. Let's get into the actual build process with Rork. Step 1 was the mood tracker. The prompt they gave the AI was something like, create a mood tracker. Users select from common emotions. Show a visually appealing history. Store each entry by day in Supabase. Pretty clear.
Yep, and what Rork generated, apparently in minutes, was a complete functional system, a dynamic interface for selecting moods, fields for custom text input, an interactive color-coded chart to see your history visually, plus automatic timestamping and linking it to the specific user. A whole system just from that prompt.
Wow. Okay, next up was the educational content. The prompt was, add a section with psychology-based educational cards. Each module needs a clear title, short explanation, read more button.
And Rork delivered again. A nice scrollable card-style interface, content sections you could expand covering topics like, fear response, dopamine, really simple language. It even built a system automatically to track which courses a user started or finished, and it pulled in relevant emojis and illustrations itself. It's almost intuitive, like it anticipates what you need.
Yes, that's pretty smart. And the final core feature they built was the emotional wellness assessment. The prompt was fairly detailed. Add a quiz page. Start by asking for gender and age. Show 5 questions assessing emotional well-being. At the end, display a personalized summary. Store all results in Supabase.
Yeah, and the output, a multi-step quiz flow, a 5-question assessment using intuitive sliders and emoji scales for rating emotions, an automatic scoring algorithm. It even generated a personalized summary page based on the answers. And of course, it handled wiring everything up to Supabase to save the data. It just takes that plain English and poof, makes it real.
So effectively, how does Rork manage that? How does it create such complex, personalized features from just simple text?
I mean, fundamentally, it translates that plain English directly into full functional systems.
Yeah.
Code, UI, database connections, the works.
It really is almost like magic when you see it work. Okay, so once they had those core features built, the next really crucial step was testing it on an actual device. You mentioned Rork generates a QR code. You scan it with that free Expo Go app on your phone.
Yeah, and the app just loads up immediately. Looks and feels like a real installed application. And the feedback from the tutorial was that the interface was clean, very intuitive. Transitions were incredibly smooth, professional, fully responsive, worked perfectly on both iPhone and Android. All the features felt seamlessly integrated. Pretty polished right out of the gate.
Okay, then they moved on to enhancing it, adding cognitive reframing tools. The prompt was, add a tools section, psychology-based cognitive reframing techniques. For each tool, include a reflection question, practical guidance. Let users mark tools as used or helpful.
Right, and this generated a scrollable library of these guided reflection tools, structured around powerful questions like, why did I feel overwhelmed today? It included practical strategies like journaling prompts, and it even built in that interaction piece, letting users mark tools as used or helpful. Simple, but effective for engagement.
Next, ambient audio integration. Seems popular in wellness apps. The prompt, create a soundscape player. Options for focus, calm, sleep. Each track needs play pause, description, looping, volume control.
And Rork built a full audio player. It came with 3 ambient tracks ready to go, deep focus, calm waters, night rain, had all the controls, play, pause, volume, looping. And a really nice touch, the audio kept playing in the background even when you locked your phone screen. That's a sophisticated detail for user experience.
Yeah, definitely. And finally, personalized goal setting. This sounds complex. The prompt, create a personalized goal setting flow. Users choose one of 3 main goals. Based on their quiz results, automatically generate a suggested 7-day action plan.
And this generated first a clear screen for selecting one of 3 goals. Then, using AI, it created a unique 7-day action plan, tailored specifically to the user's goal and their wellness assessment results. It reveals just 1 new task per day, smart, prevents overwhelm, and includes progress tracking with streak counters.
Whoa. Okay, just thinking about that. Imagine scaling that kind of personalization for, say, 1 million users. The AI's ability to generate truly tailored content on the fly for every single individual. That's just incredible.
So stepping back, what does all this mean for the actual user experience? How does an app like this keep someone engaged beyond just, tracking their mood?
Well, it's through those interactive tools, like the reframing exercises, the immersive ambient audio, and especially those deeply personalized goals. That combination fosters a much deeper connection with the user. It encourages them to keep using it, gives them a real sense of progress.
Okay, let's unpack the technical backbone and how you get this thing launched. It sounds like Rork handles a lot of the heavy lifting, even beyond the features themselves. Step 8 in the tutorial was backend integration with Supabase. The prompt asks to connect the app securely, store user profiles, quiz results, mood entries, and include secure authentication.
Yeah, and the AI basically automatically built and configured the entire backend system. That includes secure sign-up and login for users, real-time data sync between the app and the database, keeping users logged in across sessions, comprehensive data storage structure, and even handling the API keys automatically, those secure tokens the app needs to talk to the backend. You don't have to manually manage that complex stuff.
Okay. And then step 9, comprehensive testing.
Right. The tutorial emphasized going through a thorough end-to-end test as if you were a new user, checking every feature, making sure data saved correctly, everything works smoothly.
And the reported performance results were impressive.
Yeah, smooth animations, highly responsive interface, fast and reliable data storage and retrieval, seamless integration across the board. Looked and felt like a professional app.
And then step 10, the final hurdle, App Store publishing.
This is often where things get tricky, but Rork seems to have a built-in publishing workflow. It apparently provides a complete walkthrough for the whole App Store submission process, all the metadata, screenshots, privacy policy details, even integrating test data. You can easily share a test version with friends before you go live. Essentially, that path from prototype to production seems completely built in.
Interesting. So maybe the biggest barrier AI removes isn't just the coding itself, but it actually streamlines that complex, often intimidating App Store submission process too.
Seems that way. It takes a lot of guesswork and technical hurdles out of it.
Let's shift gears slightly and talk about the economics, because this is where the disruption feels most dramatic. The whole model for building an app seems totally flipped.
Oh, absolutely. Traditionally, an app like the VibeMood replica, with that level of complexity, you'd be looking at a team working for 6 to 12 months. Cost anywhere from $50,000 to maybe $200,000, easily maybe more, plus significant ongoing costs for maintenance. With this AI-powered approach, the tutorial claims the total time to build the entire functional prototype was just 2 to 3 hours.
Hours.
Yeah. The main direct cost is just the Rork platform subscription, maybe $20 to $50 a month. A single person, even someone non-technical, can build and maintain it. And making changes or adding features, it's often as simple as writing a new prompt.
Wow. And thinking specifically about wellness apps like this, what are the key factors for success?
Well, simplicity is huge. Clear visual feedback. Depersonalization really matters. Consistency, helping users form habits, a great ambient experience like the audio, strong educational value, and absolutely critical, especially with sensitive health data, non-negotiable data privacy, rock-solid security and transparency.
Makes sense. And how would you actually make money from an app like this? What are the strategies?
The classic freemium model is probably the most common. Offer basic tracking and maybe limited content for free, then have a premium tier, maybe $5 to $10 a month, for things like advanced analytics, more personalized plans, a bigger library of sounds or courses. You could also do specific content monetization, selling one-time purchases, like a specialized course, or maybe expert-led audio programs. And on a larger scale, maybe anonymized trend reporting, carefully scrubbed data to research institutions or corporate wellness programs could be an avenue.
And you absolutely have to address the legal and ethical side.
Definitely. Clear disclaimers are essential. You need to state plainly, this is not a medical device, not a substitute for professional care. And robust data privacy measures are paramount. Transparent policies, easy ways for users to delete their account, and all their data. User trust is everything here.
So boiling it down, what's the most significant financial shift AI brings to app development?
I think it just drastically reduces both the upfront development time and the cost, making sophisticated app creation incredibly accessible to almost anyone with an idea.
The tutorial even lays out a potential action plan. Week 1 for planning and research, Week 2 for building and testing with Rork, Week 3 for polishing and launching. But it also wisely points out common pitfalls to avoid. Things like feature creep.
Oh yeah, adding too much stuff.
Right. Or ignoring user testing, overlooking the back-end details, and critically underestimating marketing. Just building it isn't enough.
And let's be real about app success. The vast majority of apps, something like over 80%, generate less than $1,000 a month. Success isn't guaranteed just because building is easier. You still need a genuinely great product that solves a real problem, effective marketing to find your audience, and solid user retention strategies to keep them engaged. The sustainable approach is usually start simple. Focus on one core feature done exceptionally well. Build an initial user base. Listen intensely to their feedback
Yeah.
and iterate, reinvest, and always, always stay focused on solving that core user problem better than anyone else.
So connecting this back to the bigger picture, it feels like the technical barriers have largely crumbled, but other challenges, maybe even more important ones, remain.
Absolutely. And thinking about common mistakes, what's the single biggest mistake you see new app developers make, especially now that building is faster?
I'd say it's trying to build way too many features right out of the gate without enough testing or real validation that users actually need them all. Focus is key.
Yeah, better to nail one thing perfectly.
So the transformation in app development is undeniably real, and it feels like it's just accelerating every single day. Those massive technical and financial walls that used to surround this field, they've been almost completely dismantled.
It's true. You can now build professional, really feature-rich applications that just a few years ago would have demanded huge teams and massive budgets. The tools are definitely here.
And the key skill is shifting, isn't it? It's less about pure coding ability now and much more about your ability to deeply understand a user's needs, identify a problem worth solving, and then clearly articulate that solution to an AI.
Exactly. The hardest part probably isn't the building anymore. It's the understanding your users part, the marketing effectively part, and the iterating based on real feedback part. That's the craft now.
But with AI handling so much of that daunting technical complexity, you, the creator, are now freed up to focus on what truly matters most, creating real, tangible value for your users. The tools are ready. The landscape has shifted. The only question left really is, what problem will your app solve?